Welcome to Making Time for Health. In this tutorial, I'm going to demonstrate how to use the stuff list in Excel. So you see here I have a sample stuff list loaded up, and we have all of our lists. Collect, your 2 yes lists, and your 3 no lists. I also have a sample list of things that I've collected. So let's go through each and see how we actually use the stuff list. Let's start with laundry. So I've written do laundry on my collect list. Now, when we were in a small group session, you may remember in the margins we made a quick Y or N notation to decide if yes or no I was going to do something. And remember, when we say yes or no, it's yes within the next week or no within the next week. So on your stuff list, you'll actually do this mentally. So do laundry for me is a yes. So now that I've decided yes, I need to decide whether this is a project or a next action. Remember, projects take more than 1 step and more than 2 minutes. Next actions take 1 step and 2 minutes or less. So for me, do laundry is a project. All projects have next actions, so this is a great time to decide my next action for this project. A simple next action for me would be get quarters from the bank. Because in order to do laundry, I actually need quarters for the laundry machine. Let's look at the next item, study for test. So I'm going to decide yes or no, and for me, this is a yes. So the next action for that, for me, would be schedule time in my calendar to study. Scheduling time in your calendar can be a great next action for items that you know need dedicated time. Let's look at the next item, return sweater. Now for me, this is a sweater that I've had for many months, and I'm not even sure if I have the receipt anymore. And actually, it's not even that bad of a sweater. So do I need to do something about this in the next week? No. So now that I've decided no, I need to decide whether this is something that's trash, so something that I just kind of want to throw away and not think about anymore. Something that's someday maybe, so something that I'll get back to one day. Or something that's reference. An item that doesn't really require action, just a piece of information that I like to keep a hold of. So with returning the sweater, I think I'm actually going to put this in the trash column. Because at this point, I'm probably not going to return the sweater, and I would rather not think about it anymore. Let's look at the next item, research grad schools. So yes or no, is this something I need to do in the next week or 7 days? Well, for me, I'm going to say no. And now that I've decided no, let's go through the columns again. So trash, is this something that I don't want to think about anymore? Not necessarily. Someday maybe. Now that sounds about right, because I do want to research grad schools, just I don't have enough time this week. So let's go ahead and drag this over to the someday maybe column. Now, the next item, email Jeff back. So that was a quick email that Jeff sent me the other day, and it really required just a quick response. Let's see, I think that's going to be a yes. And since it requires a quick response, I'm going to put that under next actions. Remember, not all next actions are connected to larger projects. Some next actions are just quick to-dos that you could get done. And the last item, Drop Dead Healthy by A.J. Jacobs. So this is the title of a book and the author that I didn't want to forget. So is there anything that I have to do with this within the next week? Not really. So that's going to go in my no column. And let's look at the 3 lists. Trash, not really something I want to get rid of. Someday maybe, it's not really something that has an action attached to it. So then it would go in reference. And remember, reference is a place that we put items, little pieces of information that don't necessarily require action, but we don't want to forget. And now you see we've taken all of the items from our collect list and we've moved them into the appropriate list based off of yes or no. We have a good next actions list to work from. And from this point, I could pick whichever next action is the best action to do with the time I have. Remember, my no list isn't no forever, because when I go back and do my weekly review, I'll go back to this no list and see, is there anything here I want to move to the yes list? Or is there anything here that I want to delete because now I'm clear that I'm not thinking about it anymore? So this has just been a quick demonstration on how to use the stuff list.